Houston Astro fans, it's your boys from the Bayou City Boys. We are talking Houston Astros, a topic that we talked about off camera, but decided to debate it a bit, see if we agree, disagree. If you agree, disagree. Do the Houston Astros need to win the AL West?
Do we need to win it? To
Yes.
do what?
To
Win
win a
the World?
championship, World Series, repeat.
I would prefer to win it, but I don't think that we have to win the West to win a World Series. A World Series.
All right.
Um, I mean, we're streaky, kind of. So I mean, and then also like I think you said it to me earlier. Like I don't know if you want that first week off anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't want to skip that. And plus, we're road warriors, bro. We go on the road and win. So I'm not worried about that. So I guess my answer to that is no. I do not feel like we need to win the West to win a World Series.
Yeah, we've looked at our past teams. I mean, in a lot of sports, when you take those days off, it's good for some teams and it's bad for some teams. I mean, if you look at last year, Philadelphia not being off probably was the
Mm-hmm.
best thing they could ever ask for. They rode that momentum all the way to the World Series versus the Astros. We kind of stayed stagnant a bit. It was weird last year when we had it and got the day off, got it off. It kind of felt like when Seattle came in, they were ready to play and we were
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, let's get our feeling again. But we figured it out. Um, I
Doesn't
guess,
it feel like to say that you have to win the West would be unfair to the players?
yes,
Because like if you keep winning, because we're winning series. I mean, we're gonna lose games here and there, but we're for the most part we're winning series right now. It has no direct correlation to how the Rangers perform because we're not directly playing you every game. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's why I feel like it doesn't matter. Of course, I want it, but it doesn't. It doesn't change my outcome, my goal. If we
like you're
don't get
not
it,
worried if you don't get it, then it's like, oh man,
yeah.
we're done. And that's kind of where I'm at right now with it. I kind of feel that as of right now, the way that the team has been playing as a whole. I mean, there is still some shaky parts of it when it comes to that starting pitching rotation. Dusty, hopefully you figure that out. There's still a
Mm-hmm.
few players in Christian Javier and Framber's hit or miss game. Justin Verlander's last game was not the greatest, but they found ways to win. But I think that's iconic of what the team can do is they find ways to win still.
Word.
And so with health coming back in, Michael Brantley doing his rehab, you getting, hopefully Abreu comes back to add more depth into it. You're getting the health now. You're getting quality of play from players. Kyle Tucker's having probably an MVP season. JP France is having a rookie of the year season. It seems like even though you're not in first, everything you wanted at this time of the year is
It's
falling in line.
clicking.
Yeah.
But like the only reason that I would argue a case for we need to win the West would be keep us off the road. And the downfall, and even though I think we could go into any building and win because that's the best part of our season this year is we went to Atlanta, swept them, went to Tampa, beat them, went to the Yankees, beat them, Seattle beat, like we go on the road and we dominate. But if
Yeah.
we're on the road, you and I both know there's a lot of stadiums that Jordan's not going to get to play left field in, which means
Yeah.
you're relegated to DH, which means that you go back to having the conversation is like, is Yonner's bat in the lineup tonight or not? If we're at home, at least we know Jordan can play in left field, and you can put Yonner in the DH role just to keep his bat in the lineup. And that's the only benefit to winning the West, like that comes to my mind.
Yeah, because you pretty much get home field. I mean, as of right now, Baltimore, I believe, owns number one.
Mm-hmm.
So if it ended, Baltimore owns number one, Rangers own number two because they would be under you and winning their division. So it would have Houston versus Tampa Bay as of right now. Winner plays Baltimore.
Come on,
Um, and then Twins versus Blue Jays. Winner plays Rangers. So I mean, to me,
man. Not to be cocky, not to be a dick, and I hope I don't eat these words, but you look at all those teams, it's like we've dealt with y'all this year kind of easily. I mean, and y'all not built to play with us in the playoffs. So this is what we do.
Yeah,
That's why I don't feel like you have to get the West.
and as an Astros fan, I mean, it's weird because it's like I don't want to be cocky, but it's also I'm confident in what our team does, especially when October lights come on. When the bright lights are on, those cameras are on, and it's all eyes on the team. Something happens. These guys just show up. I mean, we've seen it. Jordan, Kyle Tucker's this season, Chas McCormick. We can go down the list of each player, but it's kind of like when you hear the other players, like the Big Poppy, and all them, A-Rod, when they say it, you have to beat the Astros. Like,
Yep.
no matter where
Comes
they're
to
at,
Houston. Yep.
you have to beat them. And we know how Minute Maid is. The juice box, when that roof is closed, it is loud in there.
Dude, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, you can't deny that even if Justin Verlander don't look great, the team is different since he's been here because the starters are going. Our bullpen for the first time since opening day is fresh. Like, you don't worry about them no more. Our starters are going longer. You got 7 innings from France, and then I think the next day Urquidy gave you 6. Like, that's mean something, you know? Yeah. So if our starters could give you 6 innings, y'all other teams are in trouble. It don't matter where we come from.
Because now you're seeing guys that were struggling. I mean, Phil Mouton, however you want to pronounce his name, YouTube, because y'all keep crucifying us for getting it, saying it different ways. Hopefully he comes back from injury. But I mean, most of the guys like Rafael Montero, stellar so far. Stanek has looked nice. Abreu's looked nice. Hector Neris looks nice. Graveman, nice trade also.
I ain't even gonna lie. I don't want him pitching in the playoffs, but Parker Mashinsky, he pitched a couple good games against the Marlins. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't want you in the playoffs, bro. But I mean, I guess for playoffs, would you be bringing in like back Brandon Bielak, Blanco maybe?
I would definitely bring Bielak back over Blanco. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Blanco. I am, but I am not because I think you're just like a reliever. Like, you're not even a long reliever because you only have 2 pitches.
Yeah, like go in for a batter maybe, and
no, we'll go. I think that you could give me 3 because you have to do 3 at least 3 batters. But I think you can go get me a couple outs if I need it or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. But then also, like, I don't know who I would send down. Parker Mashinsky, not Maton.
Yeah. I mean, now that people are getting healthy, we've said this in past Bayou City Boys videos. It's a good problem that we have. It is a very good problem we have with rotation, with players. I mean, you even look at the other side of the field, John Singleton and all these guys. You have players that are gonna end up playing viable options.
What would you be fucking mad if we get to the 4-man rotation in the playoffs and Christian Javier and Hunter Brown are coming out of the bullpen? Because I have a feeling that's how that might be.
I would not be mad at that at all because we've already talked about it. Framber and Justin Verlander. However, Dusty and them want to agree on 1 and 2, fine. I'm cool with it, whatever. I'm going to flow with that. JP France has to be in that 4 somewhere.
I think he's number 3. Like, you could line every pitcher up and start picking. If he don't go number 3, then you don't know Astros baseball.
Yes.
Yeah. And just because I know he has the stuff and he has the experience, and I'm at least gonna say give me 3 innings, I gotta go Urquidy number 4. It's like, can you go through the lineup one time in the playoffs? That might mean something, when you got Christian Javier and Hunter Brown coming out of the bullpen.
Because we're seeing the experiment of Hunter Brown behind a pitcher, and I mean we saw it Urquidy, Hunter Brown type of thing, Christian Javier, Hunter Brown. Like you're seeing them utilize him more, and we've said it, that fastball is nasty, but he's still young. Like, he's still learning as we go, and I think having Verlander there is going to help him progress that even further. But Christian Javier, it's not the same Javier we've been seeing. They've shown the numbers, and this dude is struggling.
But I really feel like if you told him you're coming out of the bullpen in the playoffs, that it would change for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I mean, you're taking pressure off of him, but also you're helping out the team in a way that needs to. I mean, I just feel like honestly, JP France is number three. There's no
Easy.
argument from anybody. And then if you want to argue about the fourth, fine. I mean, we can have an argument for those three guys, but two people are coming out of that bullpen, and
Right.
I
I mean,
mean, who?
Dusty's trying everybody. Hunter Brown in the first game against the Marlins. He came out bullpen. He pitched one kind of iffy inning, and then he blew him away in the second inning.
Yeah,
So I know you could warm up fast. I know you can go get me 6 outs.
yeah,
My only issue with like Hunter Brown is like also know that you can give me 7 innings when you're going and 10 strikeouts. The only problem is when you miss over the plate. So
those
that
things are
worries me.
flying.
Yep. He never gets like in a jam with the bases loaded or nothing, but he just gives up solos here and there. It's like you keep missing over the plate. Stop that. Miss off the plate.
Yeah, it's like 100, 105, 100. Oh, never mind. That went
Oh,
out.
88-mile-an-hour changeup in the middle of the plate. Here, hit this
Yeah,
out. We're only in Minute Maid. It's not far.
yeah, not at all. Yeah, I mean, looking at the teams, it would as of right now. I mean, barring schedule wise, though, I mean, I did see the Rangers lose to the Angels the other day, so it can still happen. Houston Astro fans, we can still take the AL West, and I would, of course, love to be at Minute Maid a lot more. It means a lot more to be there. We get to enjoy it's on more on our time frame. Also, I don't have to worry about going
Yes.
somewhere else and dealing with their time frame. But yeah, I would enjoy that a lot more. As far as the Astros, though, I don't. I think we can all take a breath for a bit. We don't have to worry about winning the West as much, and it kind of feels like hearing the Ranger fans talk about every day. Oh, we're still in the West. We're still leading the West. You're worried. You're
Yeah.
worried that we're creeping right there behind you. You see your schedule, and you see our
Dude,
schedule. And you're
that's
like,
what I said. We lose a game here or there, and it looks ugly, but we're winning series. Like for example, we lost the first game to the Marlins, right? We left a runner on base every inning from 2 to 8. So we're getting on base. We just didn't get them home that game.
yeah,
The next game we did good. The game after that we did better. We hang up 12 on the other end. So like we're doing good. We're fine.
you're seeing the team in playoff form because those are how playoff games would be. Oh, I lost game one. I'm gonna go get game two and three,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm liking whenever I see this team right now. Is we're gonna win the series, and that's what we said. I mean,
This is like one of the only weeks in the past 3 years or so that I haven't really bitched about Dusty's lineups.
yeah,
Like I'm
yeah,
okay with what he's done this week,
yeah, yeah. I haven't been upset really with it. I mean, I see where he moves people. I mean, I'm seeing what's really working. I'm loving that Altuve, Bregman, and then the either Alvarez or
Well,
Tucker.
at this point, if he don't have Tucker and Jordan back to back, then you're just the dumbest person. He just don't know Astros baseball because that works. It just works.
Yeah, it is. It is a beauty to watch, and those four up there.
Hey, let
Love
me
it.
ask you one more thing
Yeah.
because I was thinking this the other day, and I don't know if it was just me or maybe I remember shit wrong. Does it feel like Dubon lost it,
Yes.
or he is still good? He's just not as hot as he was earlier.
I don't.
The
I don't want
reason
to
I
say
say that is because if he don't have it or you think he lost it, get him out of that 6 hole.
I think it's one of those where we rode the wave. It played its
Yes.
part, and now I don't need you to do it. I would want you to do it, but I don't need you to do it. And then it's also hard because everybody else elevated themselves now.
Well, it's like what you were doing was great, but it's not nearly as good as what Altuve's doing right now from the same position.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, injuries and all that. He's played a lot more, resting and all that. But
I think that's why he
um,
lost it is he stopped playing every day.
yeah, and I mean that plays a big part when you're used to doing something and then it changes. And like we've talked about the lineup. Yeah, I love you, Dubon. Thank you for everything you've done. But if I need you to the same way we're critical with Pena and we were critical with Bregman and all these guys, I need you to
I
the
give
same energy people had with Abreu being up there. We need to do the same thing.
I give paying your credit, bro, because you didn't hear him say shit about getting moved up and down the lineup and back down the lineup, and now he's batting eighth, but he's still getting like 3 hit games here and there and home run. Like he's doing his thing, and he don't bitch about nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Astro fans, it's gonna be okay. Hopefully,
Rangers
few weeks
fans, not,
we do
bitch,
have
we're coming.
Ranger fans, or South Oklahoma fans, whatever y'all want to be called at this point. Good luck. Keep talking. I know y'all been chirping.
Yeah, I ain't got one of these.
Chirping. Yeah, they don't got nothing. They even show the numbers. They don't even have like playoff wins. So in the last like few years. That being said, Astro fans, like, subscribe to the network. We got you covering all Houston Astros stuff. We'll be doing a lot more Astros content, some games. We got you on Texans, Rockets, bunch of Houston stuff. You can always check our Bayou City Boys tab down below. We got you covered. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Much love, Houston. We out.
Don't mind if I do.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.